news at the Collective, Williamsport, the country, and the world. I'm Tess Marshall.
And I'm Dylan Rocco. This week on iOn, we're going to tell you about a local production of Les Miserables, an upcoming Collective music festival, what the Collective did on the 4th of July, what the actual meaning of the term bluesathon is, and the Collective's 10th anniversary.
Hey, speaking of 10th anniversaries,
it's the 10th episode of iOn Uptown! Yay! Yay!
Stop. As always, there's Colin Dennon's Spoonful of Awesome. Speaking of spoonfuls of awesome, we're gonna give you a taste of what we're listening to.
So, let's get started with what's going on around the Collective with Brianna Pete and Uptown News. Brianna, yo.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Uptown News. Here's what's going on here at the Collective. As we said in episode 9, the students of the Collective performed at the 4th of July festivities in downtown Williamsport. Despite the hot, humid, blistering heat, the city of Williamsport still came down and enjoyed the festivities while the Collective provided Collective's second annual 24 Hours Bluesathon is approaching. The event will be taking place at the Collective on August 14th and 15th. The event will be held outside, and once it gets dark, we'll be moving inside. The event is a fundraiser for the Collective, and the students are being sponsored by their family, friends, and neighbors for each hour that they play. Internationally known blues musician Taz Crew will be joining us. On August 8th, the Uptown Music Collective will be holding its annual Summer Music Fest at Brandon Park. The festival will have a lot of great music and food. So come out and join us and listen to some music with your college roommates, your family, your friends, your neighbors, your grandma, the guy that walks his dog down the street, your financial advisor, maybe your uncle from Maine. You guys get the picture? Recently, the Uptown Music Collective celebrated its 10th anniversary. It's hard to believe how the Collective has grown since its creation. On Friday, July 16th, there will be a celebration for those over 21 at Jeremiah's above the Bullfrog from 7:30 till 10.
Thanks, Brie. We appreciate you.
Yeah. Weekly in our local newspaper, the Sun Gazette, there's an article entitled, What I'm Listening to. The article details exactly what the name suggests, what a person is listening to. For the entire summer, Collective students are going to be featured in these articles.
That's pretty awesome, right? Yeah. The first featured article was written by iOn Uptown's former producer and talking head, Jonah Walters. He wrote about John Coltrane's A Love Supreme.
This week, Collective student and fellow iOn member Shannon Cantor was featured.
Here's Shannon to talk about what she wrote.
Hi, my name is Shannon Cantor. I just wrote about Abbey Road by, of course, the Beatles, Title by Fiona Apple, and Funeral by the Arcade Fire. Title is really cool because Fiona Apple, first of all, has a really good voice, and she can sing with a lot of emotion. It's really apparent in her music. The Arcade Fire's Funeral is neat because even though their songs aren't very complicated, they have a lot of depth as far as like layers and a bunch of people singing all that kind of stuff. Also, I chose to write about Abbey Road because the Beatles are one of my favorite bands. They're really cool. And also, like, they have really cool harmonies on Sun King, and also I think one of the most beautiful melodies I've ever heard is in Cold Slumbers. It's really cool. Check it out. To see more, you can see my article, which was in the Sun Gazette last Thursday.
That's some deep stuff, Shannon. Be sure to check every Thursday in the Sun Gazette to see Collective students talk about what they're listening to.
Because you know what I'm listening to.
Nick Jonas.
Yeah!
Spoonful of Awesome.
Hello everybody and welcome to Spoonful of Awesome. This time around, I'll talk about the new strange activity in the clouds here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, Mass Analysis' new album, and a new fad sweeping the music industry. So here's what's cracking around the world. Local area musicians and Collective students Josh Hines, Jeff Mock, Joe Marchese, and Darren Johnson, also known as Plasmic Sounds, will be going into the studio to record their first full-length album. The album will be recorded at Creekside Studios in Montoursville, Pennsylvania. The band has honed its repertoire with many live shows and will be featuring some friends on gang vocals on several tracks. We're all extremely excited to hear what these guys come up with in the studio, so we'll keep you posted here on iOn Uptown. Seriously, This album should be as thunderous as the subject matter in its metaphorical name. Outside of the Williamsport area, another band rising from indie rock obscurity released its debut album. The band Maps and Atlases put its first full-length record on the market, entitled Perch Patchwork. The band has released several EPs, but Perch Patchwork is their most accessible and most focused to date. Their lead singer, Dave Davison, has also grown his most hairiest, manliest, nastiest beard to date, which leads me to my next bit. Underground music is rising due to the ease in self-producing one's own music. And with this rise in independent music comes lots of facial hair. To close this episode, Spoonful of Awesome, I would like to introduce Beard Watch. Starting with Dave Davison of Maps and Atlases, I give this guy's beard an 8.5. Robin Pecknold of the Fleet Foxes. The hair on this guy's chinny chin chin gets a 6. The whole of Akron family, the group effort, gets them a 7.8. Megaphon is bristling with facial hair. The band gets a 9.6 for their beards. And finally, 10. Well, that's all I've got. Stick around for part 2 of our 10th episode.